Sleepy baby. Sleeping on my writer's magazine. Which one are you sleeping on? Can I have it? Can I have it? He is like, really? You're gonna take my bed? Really? 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 Oh, yeah. Looks like my poets and writers. I'm sorry. Go back to sleep. I'm sorry. Friendly. I'm sorry. Oh, dear. I'm sorry. You can go back to sleep now. That cat's gonna be a writer. Welcome to the 6th literary video blog for Kim the B-Word Poet. You can follow me on Facebook at Kim B-Word Poet, on Twitter at B-Word Poet, and you can go to my main website where there are poetry samples, short story samples, a blog, writer, book reviews, and much more at bwordpoet.wordpress.com. In this video, I wanted to talk about articles that have inspired me over the years to keep going with my own writing, articles that made me think about ways to improve my platform, and all kinds of things. There are 3 major magazines that I subscribe to: Writer's Digest, The Writer, and Poets and Writers Magazine. And that's where all these articles come from. So the first one is Anatomy of a Writer's Website. And this is from Writer's Digest Magazine's October 2008 issue. And it's basically about, and the article is about things that every writer should have on their website. All about you, don't have the website be so impersonal, just books on there. Buy me, and not anything about you. And maybe a lot of writers don't think that details about them are important, but everybody's important. When we come out the womb, we don't come out the womb as an author. We don't come out the womb as a business person promoting our writing. We come out the womb as a person, and people relate to people. So, it's not going to kill you to put how old you are on your website, or things you like to do besides writing, or if you like to play with your cats, or what you do for a living, just any kind of personal information, how much you love your family, how much you love your hometown. Give your website personality. Contact information. You'd be surprised how many authors don't have any contact information on their website. They don't even have those contact boxes that have put your name here and your email and your comments about the website here. And I hate those comment boxes on people's websites, but I'd rather see that than see nothing. All you know about this writer is their pseudonym. You don't even know their real name. You don't know their email. You can't connect with them on Facebook, on Twitter, nothing. So you'd be surprised how many writers don't have that on there. You'd be surprised how many writers don't have samples of their work on there. And I know a lot of people aren't like me, where, they don't just want to just buy something just because someone has a link here that says buy, and they just buy it. I'm not like that. And I know a lot of people are like that. They just see something that says buy this is great, and they just buy it, and, it could suck. 'Cause I've done that before, and just wound up really regretting it. And of course, I've never bought from those authors again, because it's like, why would I want to buy something from you again? I bought this and it sucked. Because I didn't look for a sample of it. I just bought it thinking it was going to be good. You know, all I had was a testimonial saying, oh, this was the greatest story I ever read. And I read it and I thought it sucked and I paid for it. Like, oh, great. So yeah, samples of your work. That's a good idea. I mean, I know a lot of people don't think like me and they just buy randomly, but I still think it's a good idea. It's part of that giving your site personality. You know, how am I supposed to know what you write if I don't have a sample of what you write? So, the next article, and this one isn't even an article, it's like a half a page sort of inspirational, an inspirational title with an inspirational, message under the title, which is stay true to your own voice, especially if it's different. And I think that's something important to say to all writers, because I think a lot of people just write what's hot and, you know, they don't stay true to themselves. They just sort of write stuff to get into the field. And, you know, I know it's a big risk to write something that other people don't write because, like I said before, nobody wants to read something that they don't know about. But there's somebody somewhere who's publishing what you write, and there's somebody somewhere who's reading what you write. So it's a good idea to just stay true to yourself. Then this article comes from Poets and Writers magazine, their November-December 2010 issue, and this one was called Launching a Lit Magazine from Scratch. And this one was a great inspiration to me because of the magazine that I launched, Talent Drips Erotic Literary E-Zine, back in 2007. And this article just, you know, gave me the strength to keep moving forward. And, you know, it also gave me some things to think about as far as publishing my magazine that I didn't think about when I first started it. And, even though I've been doing this since 2007, I still feel like there's so much more that I could be learning with publishing and with publishing the magazine. So, kitty, he's sleeping. This one, 50 Simple Ways to Build Your Platform in 5 Minutes a Day, was written by Christina Katz, who's a bigwig in the publishing industry, and this was in Writer's Digest March-April 2011 issue. And of course I'm not going to read all 50 of them, but the things that are in big bold: listen and learn, create context, contribute content, cultivate community, be authentic, synchronize connections, produce yourself, publicize yourself, pay it forward, stretch your stuff. Underneath all of those bold bullet points that I just mentioned are 50 ways, or well, altogether equals up to 50 ways to build your platform. And she had them all under those bullet points. So you should pay attention to that article. It's pretty cool. How to evaluate a publisher, which is a great help for a new writer. This is from the Writer magazine May 2011 issue. And it's just basic questions that any new writer should consider when working with a publisher. How, you know, what can you expect from this publisher as far as editing your work, as far as helping you market it and publicize it? What's their distribution network? You know, do they offer in advance? Do major reviewers review their books that they put out? What kind of image do they have? And then there was a companion article in the Writer magazine that came out in July 2011, which is How Low is Too Low. And that's just asking, if you do get an advance, is it too low? Did you spend 2 years on this book and they're only giving you $500? For someone who's looking for a long-term literary career, that's probably not enough. But for someone who only wants to put out this one book because this was the only story they had in their head, then maybe a $500 advance wouldn't be so bad. So it all depends on what you want to do with this book, what career, if any, that you want to have once this book is published, and take it from there to really decide if that advance that they offer is too low. And then the last article I want to talk about is from Writer's Digest magazine, July-August 2011 issue, which is Revising Your Path to Publication. And this article just talks about, it gives you tips. Like, if you feel like you're headed down the wrong or right road to getting published, have you lost your way? This just asks you to evaluate where you are on your journey and deciding if it's time to change course. And hopefully, if you decide to change course, will it get you to where you want to go with this field? And this is a good article for inspiration, because just a lot of times you can just feel really stagnant, and especially if you're someone like me. I've been writing since I was little, and I'm 32 now, and I'm still not published. I'm not published the way that I want to be published. So this article just came right on time, because I really just needed to dig deeper and really figure out, why am I not being published the way I want to be published, and do I need to rethink about how I really want to be published? Maybe the way I want to be published isn't the right way for me. So those are things that this article talks about. And they have signs that you're getting close to getting published, which are good things to think about. And just little, and then they also give you signs that it's knowing that you need to change course and think about something else. And that's important too, because maybe you need to change course and you don't know. So those are good things to think about as well. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about all these articles. Hopefully you subscribe to these magazines yourself and you've seen these articles, or maybe you subscribe to these magazines and you're like, oh, I don't remember that article. So go back through them and get re-inspired and have fun. The next literary blog will be samples of my short stories. So until then, see you later. Oh, you up now? Yeah, I love you.